Today we'll be discussing the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation from Mercier. Stay tuned. Face is prepped and primed, so I'm going to go directly into the foundation. And this is the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation from Mercier. Fun fact, I actually found this under my sink, so I didn't even know that I had this. It was actually under the sink in my bathroom. I actually own this foundation in 3 different shades because, I mean, we'll get to that, but this particular shade is 6W1, also known as Ganache, as in silky nutmeg ganache.
Okay. Munch, munch, crunch, crunch. Silky Ganache is here to eat the lunch.
I'm just going to put a few pumps in my hand, and here's how it looks. So now I'm just going to dot this on my face, and then of course we will blend this out with a sponge. You know, I've been a part of a lot of Mercier trainings, and you know, though I own a good amount of products from Mercier, I'm not the biggest fan of her products, and that's just me being completely transparent. Just because there's always some issues, like the tinted moisturizers, for instance, which I kind of mentioned in my YSL tinted moisturizer video. Tinted moisturizers really don't do anything for me. Like, they may be a bestseller, congratulations, felicidades, pero they just don't do anything for me, so I don't use them. Primers really don't do anything amazing. Like, to my skin personally, I don't see what I see when I use like Mr. Smooth from Givenchy or YSL primer or Guerlain primer. I don't really see the same results. So like the skincare, and I mean, there's so many things, but like, you know, the eyeshadows are good, highlighters are good, the blushes are beautiful. You know, those things are great, but their foundations are always hit and miss. Oh, and also note that the shade Ganache, that's the darkest shade in the warm category, so I'm not even gonna go into that. So as I remembered, it covers very well. I actually just put 5 or 6 more pumps on my hand, so I probably am using about, I'd say maybe 8, 9 pumps. So that's something else you need to know. So like for me, like as I look at this on camera, like, I mean, the color looks okay. I just feel like it's a bit too dark, like it's like a hair too dark, and it kind of comes off as being a little orange looking, and it's not changing, so that's not awesome. For a little concealer, I have this right by me, so I'm just going to use the All Hours foundation or concealer rather, from YSL. And as usual, I did, you know, put some La Mer powder on under my eyes, and now I'm just dusting that off. It looks good. I want to use some of my Terracotta Light from Guerlain just to give myself a little bit of warmth. Oh, and I want to put on some mascara, so I'm just going to put on some Faux Cils from YSL. And to finish this off, I'm just going to use the Mist and Fix from Makeup Forever. The Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation comes in 30 different shades. It is your standard 1 ounce 30 ml bottle. Has a nice glass, you know, it's a nice glass bottle. Retails for $48, is oil free, and offers medium to full coverage. It's also advertised as offering 15 hours of wear, and it doesn't actually oxidize. And it also notes that it's humidity, water, and transfer resistant. Regarding transfer, let's do a little test. So I have here a standard sponge, so I'm just going to press this onto my face and see what happens. So let's just do this, and we're not going to break away from the camera so you guys can see. So with that, here we go. So as you can see, there's like little to no transfer. You can see a little, but barely anything. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, I have multiple shades of this foundation. I actually have it in 3 shades. I have it in Pecan, I believe that's 5 in 1, I wanna say. And I wasn't paying attention to the actual shades and the names. So Pecan to me looked right. And you know, with this type of glass, you know, that frosted type of glass, it can be very deceiving as far as how it actually looks, you know, when you pump it out. So when I tried it, it was way too light. And then also, duh, 5 in 1, it's obviously neutral. It's not going to work for me. So then I had moved on and I purchased 5W1 since I got 5 in 1. Got 5W1, which is amber, and amber is definitely too light. So then ultimately, this is the one that I had under my sink, 6W1, which is Ganache, which is a good match for me. But again, I still feel that this shade is off. I feel that it's a little too dark, and I feel it's more kind of orangey looking. Like, I'm not sure how this is going to translate on camera, but for me, it looks a little orange. But when I look in a camera or if I look in a mirror, it looks perfectly fine. It says that it's medium to full coverage. That's definitely true. This is definitely a medium to full coverage foundation that you can build up. However, note that I probably use anywhere from 8 to 10 pumps to actually do this video. So keeping that in mind, I mean, 8 to 10 pumps to give me, I would consider probably full coverage. I would say this is full coverage for me. So for me to have to do 8 to 10 pumps, I mean, and you know, this is a 1 ounce bottle and this is $48. So that's not good. It's very long lasting, feels lightweight, don't feel anything on my face. But overall, you know, it's a good foundation. But again, the problem is that you use way too much product to get medium to full coverage, or really full coverage. It takes way too many pumps. And overall, the shade range just sucks. And that's a Mercier problem, just in their foundations. The shades always suck. Like I mentioned, the shade Ganache is the darkest shade in the warm category, and like, that's just not acceptable in 2020. But again, good foundation, but for $48, probably wouldn't recommend this just because you have to use way too much and the shade range is sketchy. Shade range is a fool, so overall, I wouldn't really recommend this foundation because you can find much better and, you know, get a shade that's absolutely perfect for you in many different brands and use less product. So feel free to let me know in the comments, what is your favorite Longwear foundation? If you've tried this foundation, do you know my pain with trying Mercier foundations because it's absolutely annoying. Definitely rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with a whole lot more, guys. Bye. I mean, it's cute or whatever, but girl, bye.